Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special day for me. It is my very first review on this channel, so I'm quite excited about this. And the review, it's going to be about this watch I'm currently wearing. It is a Heimdallr watch that I gotta admit, I'm really surprised that I couldn't find any review about this watch. When I was looking for this watch I wanted to take advantage here and tell you I paid full price for this watch. This is not sponsored by Heimdallr, so expect, and I'm gonna try this every single time, expect honest reviews only here. But yeah, I paid full price for this. It is a Heimdallr watch that, as I was saying, I was really surprised that I couldn't find a single review, not even on YouTube, but also not even on Reddit nor any forum about. So I took a big risk here and wanted to try it really bad because I had a hard time believing about the quality I was at least seeing in pictures, and for the price I really wanted to try. So I just pulled the trigger, ordered this watch, and the very first thing I see about the packaging, it comes in a really simple packaging. Wasn't expect really much else for the price, but the watch comes really well protected, which is important, especially for this range of prices. Once I took this timepiece out of the box, though, I was really surprised because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Remember, I was blind because I couldn't find any review about this watch, so it was the very first time I was seeing the watch, because what you see on AliExpress often are renders or, you know, photoshopped images of the watch that could be really far from the reality. But once the first impression I got of this watch was wow. And I gotta tell you, probably is the watch that has the most quality of my entire collection, which is really impressive. But anyway, let's start with the movement. We are having here a Seiko NH35 movement. It is a very popular movement, especially because the Seiko SSK that were launched a couple of years ago, but suddenly a lot of manufacturers are starting to use this movement because it is a really reliable movement, and I believe this is a strong point here, because considering if you have any type of issues with this movement, if it gets damaged or if it needs to be serviced, you could easily replace the whole movement for around 30-40 bucks. So it is a no-brainer here. It is a reliable movement, so you shouldn't have any issues trying to find a place to get this movement service or even replace. I mean, again, it's like 40 bucks probably for replace the whole movement, so you shouldn't have any issues here. Again, they say you should expect around 4 plus minus 40 seconds a day, which is very far from what I've experienced. I have a couple of months with this watch already, and is probably from my mechanical movements, it's probably the most accurate one. It is performing with it within a single digit per day, so I'm really happy with it. As I said, 40 hours of power reserve, pretty much what you would need. Automatic movement, as you can read on the dial, and really special, or maybe what is the most special thing about this movement, is that it has a GMT hand. A lot of people are, I mean, when Seiko launched this movement, were annoyed because it was not what some watch enthusiasts call as a traveler GMT, meaning you could adjust the local hour hand independently of the GMT hand. I gotta be honest here, guys, for the price, and even if it weren't about the price, it is not a big deal. Like, you could set the time and then set your GMT hour, and it's gonna take probably a couple of seconds more. Plus, if you need to set the GMT hand independently. You couldn't do it with the Traveler GMT. So, I mean, obviously, some people would prefer the Traveler type GMT still, but for me, this is a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't see, honestly, the point here where setting the time, the local time independently saves like a lot of time. It's, I mean, come on. Especially because when you're traveling a lot, you probably won't be wearing a Traveler GMT, a true Traveler GMT, because usually those are more expensive. So if you're traveling, you're a real traveler, you're probably visiting places that are not that secure to wear a expensive watches. So anyway, for me, the way I usually set my time, so let's suppose I wanted to track the UTC time and I am 5 hours behind. So what I used to do, I like to keep my GMT hand tracking the same hour but in the 24-hour scale. So what I usually do to track the time zone is use the bezel. So for example, if I wanted to track the UTC time, which I am 5 hours behind, what I just do is just do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. I already tracking the UTC time. So that's what I'm saying. I don't see the deal of having a true Traveler GMT, but anyway, that's another topic that I'm not gonna go into, which leads me to the second thing I wanted to talk about this watch, which is the bezel. And again, I was really surprised. A lot of people was excited about the San Martin Tudor Homage, and I gotta say, a lot of homages that you can find not only in AliExpress but also from micro brands, they have this diver type cases, which means you have this type of bezels rotating one side only, and you have 100 and something clicks, which doesn't make sense for a GMT type of watch. But in this case, guys, I was really surprised again, because probably the second surprise, because you have a 24 hours dual rotating bezel. I mean, you can rotate the bezel both sides, both ways, and just a 24-hour clicks, where you have a lot of watches having probably 60 or 120 clicks, which again doesn't make sense. But this is probably the best selection I have found, not only again on this price range, but also in a wider range price, probably $1,000, probably plus $1,000. Again, a lot of manufacturers, what they are doing is to reuse diver type bezel, so definitely not good. And but this, again, for the price, really surprised. We have a case size of 39mm here, which again, another big win here. Having count that when this watch was launched, the original watch, this guy is Homage, the Tudor Black Bay GMT, is bigger than this one, and not also bigger but also thicker than this one. So again, smaller case size, and also it's thinner than the Tudor, which is a big win here. I mean, obviously it is a Homage still, but considering that, I believe it is a big win here. You have an aluminum bezel, Pepsi style. You also have a snowflake hands. The indices are kind of weird to me, because seems like they are printed, but they are actually not. They are applied, as you can see. Let me see if you can see it here. They have like this 3D texture, so they are not printed at all. But also, usually they, when you say that they are applied indices, they have this like silver shiny border, which is not the case here. We have sapphire crystal here. The back of the case is like serial, it's like the Rolex type. And again, a date window with no magnifying glass, which I believe is better. I don't like those magnifier pieces on the top of the of the crystal. I just don't like it. I believe they distort and that, like, it is too much for me. So they keep it simple here, which is really good. We have no crown guards, just like the Tudor. When we are going to talk about the bracelet, I have another surprise here. I mean, I, again, just starting on this world of watches, and I know you're gonna be shocked, or probably you're not gonna like what I'm going to say you, but it is my impressions. It is my honest belief. The only watch that had surprised me on the quality of the bracelet was the Rolex's. The very first time I held a Rolex on my hand, I was impressed about the quality of the bracelet. And some guy once told me, like, the bracelets are not the strong point of a watch, meaning anyone could do a good quality bracelet. I didn't agree with that, because honestly, for me, what makes a watch feel good or cheap is precisely the bracelet. And when I see this watch my first time, I was really impressed. Like, see those, like, see this separation here on between the case and the bracelet. Like, that's Rolex quality, guys. I mean, you could say whatever, but I have seen only this type of quality on Rolexes, and also a lot of, not a lot, but some Chinese brands such as St. Martin are getting this type of quality on bracelets, which I believe is good. I mean, it is bad for Rolex, but it's good that we have not to spend that amount of money anymore to get a good quality bracelet. The finishing, again, outstanding here. You have screw down links. Polishment is amazing. It has this little detail that I really liked on the, like, I don't know if you, I'm gonna try to capture that on camera, but they have like this type of polishing in just that side of the case, which I really liked. The bezel action is, again, fantastic. Bracelet, like, I mean, look, that separation there. The finishing is incredible, and also the separation, it's amazing for me. I really liked it. For the clasp, we have something really simple. We have 5 micro adjustments on the clasp, and also we have the logo of the brand. Again, it's a bit scratched because I've been using this watch for a good time already, probably a couple of months, and it is a good clasp. I mean, you can see that doesn't feel cheap at all, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm really impressed that this type of Chinese brands are getting this type of quality for this range of prices. The price I got this watch was around I believe $160. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description if you wanna get it. So I believe that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your comments down below. I know you could agree or disagree with me, but again, these are my honest thoughts about this Heimdallr watch. See you guys on the next one.